How to cure dry skin in the winter by layering. I gotcha. Dawn, your natural hormone balancing specialist, and hormones are the foundation for healthy skin. So let me tell you what you can do in the wintertime that you might never have thought of. A lot of times people just use regular moisturizer and rub it in and they're like, my skin is still so dry. And you're right, after menopause, your skin gets drier. In the winter, your skin gets drier. There's the heat, there's the cold. So maybe you never knew this, but there's two different types of moisturizers. There's humectants and emollients. Humectants actually pull in moisture. So you're gonna wanna put them on, and I'll give you some examples, first. And you wanna put them on damp. So after you wash your face, you can keep your skin a little damp, but you can also spray on a hydrating toner, like a rose oil toner or a aloe vera toner, something that's just light. You could just spray it on, it gets that moisture there. And then you want, instead of rubbing, you want to press in your humectant, which would be things like aloe vera gel, hyaluronic acid, just general moisturizers that you find are going to be more like that. They're going to have the attributes of what's called a humectant. Then after that is when you say, okay, what's the next layer? That's the emollient, and that seals everything in. Now, back in the olden days, they used petroleum oil or Vaseline. We don't want to do that anymore. So what you want to do now is use different oils. Like some of my favorites are jojoba oil. You can use castor oil. That's a heavier oil, but I love it. I use that with a roller. You can use pomegranate oil. You could use rosehip oil, which is really good for women, especially after menopause. So I'm going to break down some of these oils in other videos. So then you're going to take your oil, your skin's already moist, and layer that on top. Okay. Now, if you don't like oils, you can use things like they're a little bit more cakey, but you can consider maybe using one of these, and they're things like cocoa butter and things that are more like shea butter. And some people are like, oh, that sounds so heavy, but not really, not in the wintertime, not if you're just going to bed. So you have your moisturizer on, you can use the oil, or you can use more of the heavier, you know, some type of the emollients that go on that are a little bit like more like a butter. And either of those things, sometimes I put all three on, are going to give you the moisture you need, so your skin pulls in the moisture, and then you're going to seal it in. And that's the best way. Now for your body, I wet after the shower, right? You're not going to put toner on your body. So I just leave myself slightly wet, and then I put, and actually I like sesame seed oil for my body, put a light coat of that, and then put flannel pajamas on and go to bed. It's hard to do it in the morning because you're going off to work. But if you can do that in the morning time, in the evening time, that would be awesome. Sometimes I'll even heat oil in a little thing of water, not too hot, because if the bottle is plastic, you should really try to get it in glass. But you can put that in there, it heats it up, and then you put that warm oil on. That'll seal it in your body. So that's a quick tip on how to moisturize in the wintertime to really banish dry skin. And it deals with layering. So for more tips, your local Be Balanced Center, we have a program called Be Radiant, and we not only work with your skin, because your skin you can take off and hold over here. We work with the structure of your face, with your muscles, with your fascia, and it's an anti-aging program that you get a lift and a glow in 30 days. Be Radiant. So go to BeBalancedCenters.com, and we have free consultations. We work with balancing hormones, which is the foundation for good skin, and we also have a new program called Be Radiant. Hope to see you there.